These days, more than ever, we hear the word pandemic.
As the coronavirus pandemic.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
But why the word pandemic, and how does it differ from an epidemic? For an answer, let's turn to what we know about ancient Greece. In ancient Greek mythology, Pan was the god of shepherds and flocks. Often depicted as a half-man, half-animal, usually a goat, Pan played the flute, which is where we today get the musical instrument pan flute. His loud war cry, which could put a sudden terror into men's hearts, is still to this day what we refer to as panic. His legend goes that because he was loved by all the other gods, he was given the name Pan, which is Greek for all. We still see his name in words and phrases like span the globe or Pan Am Airlines or pandemic. If we divide the word up, it makes it a little easier, and let's put epidemic up there too, and start with what the two words have in common. The suffix IC comes to us from Latin, which comes in turn from ancient Greek, the Greek word for household. Interestingly enough, Merriam-Webster Dictionary Online defines EMIC as an analysis of cultural phenomena from the perspective of one who participates in the culture being studied. We'll take this into account. As for the DEM, this likely comes to us from the Greek demos, what we would refer to as common people. This is why a nation ruled by the people is a democracy, or when common people protest, they're called demonstrators. So if we put this all together, we can see that a pandemic is all people involved in some type of event or cultural phenomena, and we'll say an event including all people. Now, this might sound pretty similar to what we think of as an epidemic, but the difference is the prefix epi, E-P-I, comes from the Greek for upon or near to, and this is why, say, an epicenter of an earthquake is where the earthquake happens. So the difference is that a pandemic is an event including all people, while an epidemic is an event including one group of people. It's just in one place, while a pandemic is everywhere. Epidemic exclusive, pandemic inclusive. Said even another way, if we looked on the map, COVID-19 was confined to just China, that would be an epidemic. But once it spreads across to the world, it becomes a pandemic. And that's what we're dealing with today.